it went out there, and by the time I heard the motor change tones, I'd lifted at that point in time. I'd actually thought it broke a blower valve, but what had happened is it broke a rod, and the rod came straight out the bottom of the motor, which cut the diaper in half. So as soon as it did that, between the oil and just anything else you could get underneath it, it was pretty much gone. And when the car first went right, I knew I was racing Reeser out of the Oklahoma area, and I sure enough didn't want to get into him. So when I pulled the car back left, he had already obviously passed me, but I didn't realize that. But when I pulled it back left and figured out I was in my own oil, then it's pretty much just nothing from there. And then, of course, I pulled the parachute to keep it from trying to hit anything, but I wasn't obviously going enough to make a difference. So it slapped the wall, messed it up a little bit, and I guess that's part of it. As long as we can walk away and get her fixed, and we'll be back. It's like a horse. I said, if you fall off the horse and get back on it, I think this one needs a new tail probably, but other than that, we'll be back as soon as we can. So,
as a seasoned driver, when something like that happens to you and you're in your car, like obviously you're trained, you know what to do. You pull the chutes, you try not to hit the guy that's coming across from you. But what's happening in the car for you?
Well, it's kind of one of them deals. If you've ever, this is probably the second one that I've been that's been pretty hitting the wall as far as hard, but everything just kind of slows down for you. It seems like from the time I left the start line to the time it stopped, it took about an hour to get it stopped, and it didn't, but that's what it seems like. We're just in there fighting it back and forth, turning the wheels, and then trying to figure out exactly what you're under, and then sometimes it seemed like when it hit the oil, it actually sped up, but it's just one of them deals. It's probably like driving on ice. You just go out there and just hope it stops, and eventually it will, and just hope it's minor damage, but other than that, and I guess when we hit the wall, it kind of knocked the wind out of me a little bit, so I just sat there for a second after it was all over with, and then couldn't get the door open, so I had to sit in the car and wait on them to get the door off of it and get out, and of course it's 800 degrees in there, it seems like, and where the fire came in, it got in the floorboard a little bit, and I didn't realize it was actually fire. I just thought it was just hot liquid in there, but other than that, it's just one of them blurry moments for a second, and go back from there.
Last question for you. Damage-wise, do you know how, obviously you're assessing the damage right now. We can see, body damage on the side. How's the chassis?
The chassis seems to be okay. It looks like it bent the track locator bar, and of course the body's tore up pretty good. It looks like it might have some front-end damage probably as far as the drivetrain, the steering arms and stuff, but and then we know we got a wheel bent right here for sure. But other than that, it don't look too bad. It knocked a lot of stuff loose inside the car, but a lot of the safety stuff that we have protects that, and it's good to have it. I just got a brand new Taylor fire suit, and I can tell you that thing it's padded enough. It stayed together, and everything stayed together with it, and I thank him, appreciate the stuff that he does and the safety that these cars have, because it's hard to believe that you actually have to make people wear the safety stuff, but until you've been in a crash, you really don't realize why. But that's a good theory of the reason we do it, and I just appreciate everything that even when the guys get frustrated with these sanctioned bodies for making us wear the stuff, it pays off at the end. If you can stand here and talk to you guys after something like this happens, and shoot, it did its job.
Thanks very much. I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Well, the National Guard is an associate